Hi there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and this is the Unagi Observer. You may notice it's looking a little bit different. I'm inside of the car as if I were doing a conspiracy theory or espousing some, really alternative political ideology. No, you're not getting that today. Don't worry. This is going to be the normal challenges. Happen to be in a different place because, unfortunately, the pretty lady who gives me food, got COVID for Christmas, so I want her to feel comfortable and rested, and I want her to feel better so that the pretty lady can continue giving me food at some later date. I'm now the guy who gives her food at the moment. If it seems like I'm not sure where to look, because I'm not sure where to look on my phone camera, so please forgive me for that. So the video today is going to be a recap of the year. Yes, I promise not to take too long because I got some fun announcements at the end here. Okay, so let's get started. Before I start, I just wanted to say that I am a library degenerate. Yes, I checked some books and CDs out way back in June, and I totally forgot about them. And yeah, I got that phone call from a collection agency going, hey, you got some stuff that belongs to the Pratt Library. Perhaps you should return it. So that's actually where I am. I'm about around the corner from the Enoch Pratt Library main branch, where I used to work a few years ago. So yeah, let me just real quick, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Kind of show you what I got. So I got a vinyl record player for Christmas. So this is one of those famous compilations called Atomic Cafe. So these are all songs related somehow, way, shape, or form to the atomic era. Yes. The other thing I got is a soundtrack from a movie I dearly love. I think it came out about 1980, 81. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's called Diva. Got the soundtrack to that. That is a fun thing to have. What else did I get? I got, you don't need to see these. These are, let's see here, Duran Duran, Rio, because I was feeling nostalgic, and I was feeling punk nostalgic, and I got a Clash album, the Essential Clash, so a whole bunch of their old tunes there, and I got some interesting books. So I needed to brush up on some of my history, particularly the modernization of Japan. So I checked out Marius B. Jansen's The Making of Modern Japan. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. Looks pretty cool. Kind of hefty. It's going to be interesting reading. For the lighter reading, I have there were a couple books I found in Barnes & Noble over the Christmas holiday. And one of them is by Ning Vo, called Siren Queen. And it's about 1930s pre-code era movie making in Hollywood, and there's a supernatural element to it, so we shall see. That looks interesting. This one is really interesting, by Yu Miri. It's called Tokyo Ueno Station. So this is about a guy who has died, and he's haunting this little station. That's it. I'm really curious about that. Now, we all know the anime on this one, and I watched the first 6 episodes, and I really need to get back on it because it's really good anime. It's called To Your Eternity. Well, the Enoch Pratt Free Library managed to score it, I think volumes 1 through 18. So we're going to check it out. All right. And that is my library haul. And hopefully this time, it won't take me 6 months to return this stuff. So let's do a quick little recap, shall we, of the year. I started off with a huge amount of manga reviews. That was because of the pretty lady who gives me food. Actually, for last Christmas, got me a gift of the Maid Cafe box, which came with snacks and drinks, and someone's honking at me. I don't know why. Okay, so the guy that was honking needed the space, and so I just gave it up for him because honestly, space is kind of a premium around the library, and the library is kind of the thing that's open right about now in my neighborhood. You know, it's the holidays, so a lot of stuff is closed. So the library is a really nice place to go to sometimes. So I just gave it the space, and now I'm parked outside my actual building. It's across the street, and kind of on a busy road, so you'll see a lot of cars go by and people walking by. Yeah, so we started off strong again. Did a lot of manga at the beginning because of the Maid Cafe box that the pretty lady who gives me food got me for Christmas last year. This year she got me tickets to see Geddy Lee doing his book tour, which was a lot of fun. But anyway, so did a lot of manga reviews this year. More so, I think, than I've done in the past. I've watched a number of anime. No real, for me, Toshi no Go was good. There's some that some of the slice of life out there was kind of nice. Of course, always Spy Family, and rewatched Comey. But there was a lot of stuff that I watched that ran the gamut from current kind of stuff. Saw Suzume in the theaters, which was really nice. And so there was a lot of stuff that I watched, but there was no theme to it. There was no real, connection from one to the other. I also didn't make it to an anime convention this year, so that was kind of odd. And I did go to Gen Con, though. And always have fun. It's the second time I've gone to Gen Con with Brent. We had a great time. And, he did actually a little gaming session. He made a sort of RPG game based on Ghibli kind of things. And it was a lot of fun. It was about 4 hours long. And it was a lot of fun. And I hope he does it again next year. Because if he does, I might actually join in. I kind of watch as an observer this time around. Gen Con was a lot of fun. So... the big thing though was that I had a little bit of anime burnout, and that's kind of why I probably approached the anime the way that I did this year. More on that in a little bit. And but the one thing that people seemed to respond to that was a lot of fun was the kaiju reviews and doing a watch party for the original King Kong and Godzilla in 1985. Originally, I was supposed to do the original Godzilla as the last one, but it just didn't work out. And I did Godzilla in 1985, which was almost just as good. Not good as in terms of movie, but good in terms of review and having fun with it, basically. So that's kind of the year in a nutshell. So let's move on to the next topic, which is what's going to happen next. So as you all know, this is the last episode of the year, which means that I'm going to take a little bit of time off before the next season starts. That's what I do. For those of you who are new to my channel here, I usually take the month of January and the first part of February off. I still put up videos, little videos, but they're not like really insane reviews or anything like that. They're just little, things for people to watch, and you might find them interesting. So keep checking back, definitely. So that will continue. So starting after this video, we will just throw stuff up. Maybe some things from Genshin, maybe some AMVs, a little talk about a little something. I don't know. We'll have to see, but it's usually a hodgepodge of stuff between January 1st and about mid-February. So for those of you who are wondering what's going to happen next, that's usually how it works. And then in February, I have a video, I'll post a video that says, okay, this is what we're doing for the year. So one of the things that, though, I want to get a handle on for next year, since the 5 kaiju movie things seem to work well with people, down below, and for the next few weeks, I'm going to have sort of a little poll, if you can respond to it down below, what the next kind of 5 things that I should watch and review that have a theme to it. So one is I'm going to do retro anime movies from the 70s and 80s. So that's category 1. Category 2, we're going to take a look at cyberpunk movies. They could be animated, they could be live action, It doesn't matter when, but just 5 Cyberpunk movies. So there's a second category. Third category should be, let's see here. Let's talk about, I'm blanking on what the third category should be. Short OVAs, 6 episodes or less. That'll be the third one. And then the fourth one, you guys throw it out there. And if there seems to be a common theme that's popular, maybe we'll go with that. All right. So just keep that down in mind. I'll have that down below, and you guys can check that out and let me know what you want to do. But this is the last episode of this season of the 2023 season. We're going to have the interlude videos, as I like to call them, between January and February 14th. And then after that, we're going to start the season back up again. So let's talk about the future and some couple things that are kind of fun that are going to show up here pretty soon. So it's kind of funny. I live in my part of the neighborhood is very high traffic. I'm near high traffic roads, and there's a lot of people walking around and driving around. They're seeing me in here with the camera, and they're just kind of like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Anyway, so I'm getting some interesting looks. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about real quick, and they are fun things. The first fun thing is that in February, probably the February, I'm thinking maybe Valentine's Day it'll launch, will be a new YouTube channel. And it's the reason why I'm doing it is because of this past year, I've had some really interesting comments on something that I've done in the past, and people seem to want more of, which is me reading from Masui's story. People seem to like it. They seem to find it interesting. So I'm dedicating a channel to reading the chapters out of Masui's story. I'm going to read the whole thing, and we're going to put it up onto this one particular channel. I am into the 3rd chapter right now, so that means I got plenty of content to move through. So it's not going to be like, okay, here's one, and it's going to take me 3 weeks to get to the next one. In theory, I should be pretty well along when I start this channel up. So you should be able to get the prologue, and I think the first 2 chapters will be readily available. So if you guys are into the Misui story and you contact me about it, it's happening. February 14th. It's a thing. The first one, some of this you're going to have seen before because I want to start from the beginning. So we're going to start with the prologue. And the way that I'm doing this is that at the end of each chapter, I'm going to come back on and actually talk about the historical significance of that chapter, or talk about some certain things that happened in there, and as way of, whoa, sorry about that, I almost dropped you, as way of explanation. So yeah, be ready for that. The second thing that I'm really, really happy about, and which is it's going to be under a different name, but the weekly dig that John, Brent, and I used to do is coming back. As a matter of fact, if you go to Anime Archaeology on YouTube, you will find 2 videos up. One, they're just kind of videos there just to kind of get back into the flow. One is Brent talking about anime burnout. You should watch it because we all burned out on it. And the second one is all 3 of us actually talking about The Boy and the Heron. And so please check those out now. I believe coming up, keep checking on the YouTube channel because we're going to do news there. The 3 of us are actually going to do all news, and we're going to talk about some stuff, and we're going to incorporate a new component to this, which we're really excited about because it means that we're going to be able to do the things that we wanted to do that YouTube has not been able to let us do. So please go to the Anime Archaeology. I'll have the link down below. Take a look at the Discord. Make sure that you're signed up over there because a big portion of that is going to take place in Discord. So yes, we're coming back. The reason why we left was that the 3 of us had varying degrees of anime burnout. Real quick, just to give you an idea of traffic. Yeah, we got a lot. Got a lot of stuff going on here. But the three of us had varying degrees of anime burnout. I think I was the least affected, but it still affected me. And if you watch Brent's video on that, it kind of is not. He doesn't really talk about the three of us, but he just talks about anime burnout in general, and kind of that's by way of explaining why we stopped doing the thing that we were doing. We just got burned out, and sometimes that happens, and that's okay, because there are ways to come back to that, and we did. So yes, we're back, and we found a way. So hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, this will continue to be a thing. Okay, so that is it for this last video of 2023, the last Unagi Observer of 2023. Going into interlude videos from January 1st through February 14th, when we're going to start up the channel again. Yeah, so keep stopping by and watching. And yeah, I hope you guys had a good holiday. I hope you have a wonderful, happy New Year's. And keep checking back, because I'm still going to be posting weekly videos. They're just going to be a little different, okay? And also, keep checking Anime Archaeology for us doing anime news. So, looking forward to seeing you there. All right, guys, seriously, have a good one. Be well, be safe. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.